to see if that works. Just roll, okay, if you roll a 8 or higher, then you get to do X or whatever. People are like, okay, that makes sense, and then they roll, and they see what happens. And sometimes there's something you really want to do, and then, it doesn't work out, and then people will find, like, an alternate way of doing it. Like, if there's a really cool idea, people will wind up doing that idea. I didn't even take turns, We're just, like, whoever spoke up, okay, you do this, and then which meant a couple people didn't talk for a while, didn't do much for a while, but they didn't speak up either, so I guess they were okay with it, and in the end they told me they liked it. Freeform role-playing is so cool, and what I was saying way back long ago in this video about how role-playing is sort of like just playing pretend, this is kind of just, embracing that spirit of it. Like, frick it, let's make stuff up. And sure, what we had was really zany. I think you could do other things with that. You could make a serious story if you wanted to. If everyone at the table agrees, it all depends on what the people do. You see, it's the social rules, which I think is going to be better than the written rules of a lot of stuff. The written rules don't know what you want. You know what you want though, and you have creativity and several other people that can be creative and see what it should and shouldn't be allowed in this game. And you could have like a serious thing if you wanted to. Where an action would be not, controlling fish or something, but, I don't know, telling someone that you love them within the game. within, this one character confesses her love or something. And you're, okay, well, blah, 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 how plausible is that? And out of 12 or higher, she has courage enough to do that, You could do that, and then, and it could be quite dramatic. Particularly if you throw in, let's call this rule number 8, or idea number 8, suggestion number 8, however that works. Wushu dice. You could do a thing if, the more description a person gives to their intended activity, the more dice you give them. You roll all the dice at once, take the highest out of any of the dice. I recommend using a d20, because there's a nice possible spread there. It's a whole deal between, total failure and total victory. Sort of thing. And then for really ridiculous things, have them roll, you get like multiple 20s in a row. And then for really obvious things, I just let them do it, Just plenty of those things, someone just say, oh, I do this, and you're like, oh, that works. Even some things that potentially would be difficult if it was awesome enough. Like for the fungus arm, I just let that go. It's like, fine, you have a fungus arm. Make it a thing. Everyone has a unique game presence, very unique. It's all about your choices, what you do. You just write every once in a while, like, okay, so apparently, blah, 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 some particular fact about me, or my character, or, and then we just throw these things together, and we have debates, and we're like, well, dude, did you say the door opened this way or that way? But it's a friendly debate, It's us creating this thing all together, and it's so weird to me that in all, so many years, whatever, I haven't typically done this, or people in general don't typically do this. People, I don't know, like we need rules or something. Rules can be good. Remember that my example about chess way back when. But rules can be bad. It strikes me so odd people don't even try. Particularly when we were all kids once, we did the playing pretend bit. And we gave it up. Why? We're adults now, or we gotta be more mature. It's fun, it's creative, And potentially a lot more detail than what the kids might have come up with. I challenge people, just try it. Make stuff up. All the ideas even that we didn't use are just fun to think about. This guy was like, I take a bar stool with me through the portal. I'm like, I guess you could do that. You could become a bartender on the other side with your incredible bartending powers or something. Oh, man. It's so cool. So, freeform role-playing. First, ignore the rules. Second, deal with common sense versus awesomeness. However we define awesomeness. Could be, zany, funny stuff. It could be, serious, narrative stuff. It could be simulation type stuff. Whatever. Roll whenever you feel like it. Negotiate these certain things. I recommend starting off the you are you scenario and whatever you physically have as your starting equipment. It's great, it just gives you a sort of random sort of things to start off with. make up abilities as you go, use common sense to keep people balanced, inspire each other, people giving each other suggestions, you know. And just have fun. Make stuff up. It's like Phil Phillipson, but with role-playing. Freeform role-playing. Portals. Pug, for calling it that. I don't even know. I think it's a really cool idea. I think people ought to try it, because, I mean, at least I know I have had fun. Thanks for watching. See you later.